The holidays are over. I have to remember to go outside and warm up my car every morning. And it's dark before I get off work. The heat struggles to get the apartment up to 66 degrees. And there's no better time to fire up that old Game Boy, GBA, DS, Switch, or even an emulator and play some Pokemon. Maybe with an episode of the anime on in the background. Abomasnow is pretty great. The ice grass typing is interesting, and combining leftovers, leech seed, and ingrain with a Pokemon who already has high hit points makes it super hard to deal with. I'm not sure actually how good it is in truly competitive matches, but at least in the single player game, it makes for a fun strategy that goes a little bit beyond my typical all-out offensive. This is the first episode I've done since changing the format of the show to feature a non-Gen 1 Pokemon. And maybe it shows. I think I've only had Abomasnow on my team once, and it was in Y version about a decade ago. This is where I taught him Ingrain and Leech Seed and had him hold the leftovers item, which would let him, regain a little health each turn. I want to say his other attacks were Giga Drain and Wood Hammer, but I'm not positive. As an aside, leftovers is one of my favorite items. Mechanically, it's useful with Pokemon like Abomasnow, Venusaur, or Snorlax. And thematically, it's a charming little apple core, representing the Pokemon constantly snacking on something to keep it going. As a rotund, hungry man myself, I can relate. I never watched the Gen 4 anime, so I don't have a ton of nostalgia for it, but I did check out a little Pikachu short called Pikachu's Ice Adventure that featured Abomasnow in an icy land that Pikachu and a bunch of other cute Pokemon friends got sent off to via Wailord's blowhole. The Pokemon got lost, but eventually found Abomasnow and Frostlass, who were fighting and causing some chaos. Solrock was also featured in the episode. I asked for other people's thoughts on Abomasnow, and my wife mentioned that she will use it in Pokemon Go, because not only does it have good stats, but it looks intimidating to people who want to challenge a gym where she leaves it. It's so interesting to me how into Pokemon Go my wife is. Since she's only dipped her toe into core games a handful of times, and I bounced off of Pokemon Go a while back. She's not a big walker, but during the pandemic, they made some changes to make it easier to play from home. And when they removed those changes, they increased the number of Pokestops and gyms. So on Community Day, she can do all the achievements she needs to do by walking around the church parking lot next door. Last thing, I'll end the episode. Shout out to longtime listener Rhea Rose, who describes Abomasnow as super huggable, and says she hopes he still grows yummy berries like Snover does. Until next time, don't forget, you are the very best, like no one ever was. Thanks for listening. This podcast is a production of the KendallCast Podcast Network. You can support the show for just $2 a month at patreon.com/KendallCast, or make a direct donation through the PayPal link at kendallcast.ninja. Every little bit helps.